Hello guys. Today we'll be explaining more about HTML tags. My last video, I think I didn't explain carefully to you guys, but today I'm going to share a bit on what HTML tag is all about. So we're going to go explain on this slide. So creating your first first HTML page. So now I ask you guys to download like a text editor, so you can download any text editor from a mobile to a laptop. So you can download like a notepad. If you have a notepad, you don't need to download any, but you can download like a text edit, which is on mobile, I think, and Go Edit is on Apple uh, operating system. So you can use you can use any text editor you wish to use. So in my last video, I explained what HTML tags is all about, and we mentioned the head tag and the body tag. So I would like to refresh you guys' memory. So an HTML tag must always all HTML tags, both all like HTML tags must have a closing tag, which is like a less than sign, then with the backslash, and it shows that the HTML tag is closed. So in an HTML file, indentation matters a lot because it makes your code more presentable, and it looks like very neat. So it won't have to be like very rough. So I will go ahead and open my text editor. So I downloaded Sublime Text because it's like a very good text editor. So my first, this is how my text editor look, and it might look different from you guys' text editor. So to make my first page, my HTML page, I have to save the file as a .html extension. So I have to go to my file. I have to go to save as. So I have a file for this class. I have a file for this class. So it's under my tutorial. Oh, I think I don't have it. So I have to create a new folder for my tutorial. So this is where I'm going to be saving all my HTML file. Oh, no. HTML file tutorial. Oh, I have a file called tutorial. So I'm going to delete this file. So I'm going to save this file as an index, because index is a better name for like an home page if you're trying to create like a landing page. So index is a good name, because when we go to like a website, the first file we will see, if we go to like google.com. So if you're trying to go to like maybe let me see, Facebook, uh, facebook.com. So if I go to facebook.com, if I click on home, you see this name is like it's going to reference to the landing page, because this file on Facebook is a landing page for this website. So uh, so I have so you're gonna save the file as index. So I have to save my file as index.html. So I already have my file as HTML. So if I try to type any HTML tag, it's gonna like color code the file. If I type any HTML, it's gonna color code the file, the name. So, but this the reason why I like Sublime is there's a shortcut for creating a HTML file. So if I click on HTML, then if I click on tag, it's gonna auto complete all the tags for me. But for you guys, I have to go step by step. So in an HTML document, we have where we like call the document name, which is this less than sign with the exclamation mark, then type, which means the document type, and I say the document type is HTML. Then I have this. Remember, guys, I told you guys there is some tag that are like self-closing tag, and this tag is one of them. It's a self-closing tag. So now I start the HTML file. So I click, I type on HTML, then I close it. Then I have my title. Then I have my title. Then I have to close my title tag. So I click, so I have my title tag closed. Then I go to, but oh, sorry, I made a mistake. It should be HTML, then head tag. The head tag should come first. Head tag should come first. Then inside the head tag, we usually have the title tag, and I have the title tag closed. Then I have to close the head tag. So I have closed the head tag. Then the next tag is the body tag. So I have my body tag open, so I need to close my body tag. So I have to press this. So I have my body tag closed. Then I have to close my HTML tag. So I have my HTML tag, my head tag, I have my title tag inside, and I have my head tag, I have my body tag, I have my body tag, then I have my HTML tag closed. But before I continue, I have to like explain some files. So I got this file online and explain what the head tag means. So we have the HTML tag, open tag and close tag. And this tag is used to declare the web page to be written in HTML. So when you see this tag, it means that we're trying to write an HTML file like a web page. Then we have the head tag, and this head tag is delimits the page head. It shows the page head. Then the title tag it defines the title of the of the page, but it does not display on the page. It usually display on this section of the browser. So we have the end tag HN, but they say it's the limit a level of n aiding. Well, so we have the B tag with close and open tag. We have the B close, open tag, and close tag, and we usually use this tag to set this text to like a bold face. I explained this to you guys in my last video. The I tag is used to set the text in italics. We have the center tag is used to center the page horizontally, and then we have the UL tag is used to like create like a list of the text in a bullet list. Then we have the OHEL, which is used to define like the text in number list. And we have the LI, is like bracket an item in an ordered or number list. It is usually used along with this UL and OL. Then we have the break line, the BR tag, which force a line break. It usually like make a text goes to like a new line. Then you have the paragraph tag, and it is used to like start a paragraph. We have the HR is used to insert a horizontal rule, so it's like it forms like a line under like a text, or if you're trying to design your page. Then this img source, this src stands for source, the img is for image, so they go along with each other. And this tag is a self-closing tag, so it display an image on a page. And this h is this AHR, this is an anchor, they call it an anchor. So this HR is a reference, is used for like to reference any page. And we have the close tag for the anchor, and it defines a hyperlink. So now let me go back to my text editor I created earlier. So now we're trying to type some stuff on the HTML file I created. So I have my HTML, my head. So I'm trying to write the title of my web page. So I don't need to type P in here. So I don't need to type P in here. So I can type let's say uh next, let me just put next level. Let me call my page, title my page will be next. So it doesn't have a BR closing tag, so it's a self closing tag. So if I save my file, then if I go to my file here, next, you see I have next level as a title. Then if I refresh my page, you see the line, this sentence went is like moved to a new line. So we have where's my tab? My we have so we have uh H1 is used to define an heading tag. So if I said H1, and in my last video, we have H1, we have H2, we have H3, we have H4, we have H5, and we have H6. And H6 is the last number we have. So H1 is the largest, then H2 is next to the largest, so it keeps decreasing. So H6 is the smallest heading we have. So if I click on um, let me paste this file in here, in here, this, in here, in here, in here, in here. So you see, all my tags are always in, as they always have a closing tag. So if I go on my Google Chrome, if I refresh my page, you see I have it in, this is in big tag, this H1, this is H2, this is H3, this is H4, this is H5. You see how small, how tiny H6 tag is. So then let me go back to my PowerPoint slide. So I showed you guys, um, so like I showed you guys what p tag is and what it's used for. I showed you the break line, what it's used for, and the location where the file is placed. I showed you the heading tag. I showed you the bold, italics, and underline. So now we're going to go to some special HTML tag. So we can make our web page more interactive by adding images to it using img tag. And the notation is img, and you see the self-closing tag, and the location it is placed inside the body tag, and to use it helps us like add an image to the page. You see it always img src, then the image part you're trying to insert, and src is an attribute to include the image part. An attribute provide additional information about your HTML tag, and for your information, the image part can also be an image URL. It can be like a file, like a URL from a website. Maybe you see a picture you like, you can just copy the image like link, then you can add it to your web page. For example, you see in the body tag, we have the image source, and we have www.com/image googlepanda.png. Then we have another one which is, it's not a web, it's not like a URL, is a file. And for simplicity, we usually save all our image and file in the same folder, so it can reference the file. So hence just the image name was included here. You see, they just included the image name. So let's say for example, if I copy this file, and copy, if I go to my text editor in my body tag, then if I insert this image, so I have to change the quotation. Then if I click save, then if I refresh my page, you see it didn't bring out the picture. I guess I'm missing some stuff. So let me double check the web page. Because maybe the web page is expired. So I have to go to my browser. See where videos go. Okay. I have to go to this file. You see the image doesn't exist, that's why it wasn't showing. So let's go to Google, then let's find some image. Let's say HTML. So we have, let's go to image, So let's see this beautiful image. Let's say we can the copy link address. You see, you can copy the link address of the image. Then we can go to text editor, and we can just take this out. Then I can just paste my link in there. You see how the link is. So if I save this file and go to my next page and refresh, it still doesn't show. I guess I'm missing some stuff. So then let me check image SRC. Let me see if I remove the tag. Oh, it's not showing. Let me see what I'm missing. Oh, it's usually in quotes. So what am I doing wrong? Double quotation. Double quotation here. So let me save my file. Let me refresh my page. It still doesn't show. Well, let's just do it another way. So let me save this image as. So I have to go to my file where I save all my file for simplicity. So I have to go to my file here. Where is tutorial? So I can make it. Let's see, HTML text. Let me take the file HTML text. So it's already downloaded in my file section. So if I go to this place, then I can do HTML underscore text dot png. Then now I refresh my page. You see the picture is showing. You see it's showing on the page. You see how big it is. So you can. There is another way you can make this picture very small. So I will explain for further. So we have this. So let me continue. So now the next tag is a div tag. A div tag is a simple straight web page. Like let's say a simple straight web page. Will it look good and be appealing? Of course not. So as the div tag, in short is called a division. So it's a division tag, and it is used. This the detonation is div. It has an open and close tag, and the location is placed inside the body tag. And the usage is it lets you divide the page into sections. So this how it is used. You see, we have the body tag, we have the text, we have the div tag, we have the paragraph tag, we have the closing tag, then we have the body tag close. So now if we go to this place to our file, now you see how I have this is all like it look messy. So I can have my div to divide, but it won't divide the word will look the same, but to make my code more neat, I can use the div tag here. So I have my div tag, it's close, open. So I can go maybe here. Let me put my div tag close. So you see, it's not like indented very well, so I have to indent my page. So I can make the next one in div also. Div, then I can go to, maybe let me stop here. Div, I guess this is how it is written. So let me just check with my indentation, selection, tools. So edit, then line, indent, re-indent. So you see how my file is re-indented. I was using the wrong indentation. You see how my file is indented now. So now if I click on save, my file is going to look the same. It's going to look the same. It's going to look the same. You see, I have my file. So now let's continue. So like I explained, you have the title type, just like the title of Mr. or Mrs. Add many to your name. Similarly, you might have noticed the text in your browser window. That's the use of a title tag. So the notation is the title tag like I explained earlier, and it is always located in the body tag, uh, visible not on the main page. Usage let you provide special instruction to your to the browser. So everything is, you say I have the a tag and I have the tag. So for your information, the title tag is very helpful for a search engine. So if you have a website and it's on the like on the server, if you type the name of your website on Google, for example, then it will bring up the name of your web page. But if you don't have a title to a web page, it's going to be empty. You have a web page website, but it's empty because you did have the title type. So if you type it on Google, it won't bring out any information about your the web page. That is why it's very important and very good to include a title type. So we have, like I explained, we have the A tag, and the A tag is used to embed other web page links to your web page, and it's called an anchor tag. So the denotation is called the A tag, and it has a closing tag, and it is placed inside the body tag. Usage is like a link between web pages. For example, you see we have this A tag here and we have this reference link. So href is another attribute used to define the link. So like we have the source, we have the href. So let me continue. I'm going to show you the eight type. So let's let me go to uh, okay. Let me go to this where is my file? So like I explained, the A tag is usually in the body tag. Wait, why do I have body tag twice? See, guys, always verify your code to remove like any repetition or redundancy. So this is how it should be. So now, so if I have a tag, which is an anchor tag, and I have a ref tag. So now if I'm trying to link this page to another page, so I have to create a new file. So I have to go to my folder and I have to create a new file. Well, I have to create a new file over here. So I have to go to File, New File. I have to save the file as, let me save it as about.html. So I have this save type should be HTML. So I have save file. So now I have my about page. So if I have about.html, so I have to close my a tag. So inside the a tag here, I have to include the text of my link, my web link here. So I might say about us. So if I have this one here, so if I create another one without without um without a name, you will say what it will bring up. So let me save this file. Then let me go to my browser and refresh my page. You see I have my about us here. If I click on this page, it's gonna open a new page called about us. So now, so this page, so you see I have two files. Let me see. You see, let me go back. See, there is no place to click on because the file is not showing. See, the file is not showing. It's not visible because I didn't have the name of the file, so it's like redundant. So I have to go back to my web page. I have to take this out since I already have that. So now we have the about page. So I have to create this page too. So I have to create this page. See, I have my head tag, my body tag, everything is in place. So now let's go back to my PowerPoint. I want to explain some stuff, interesting stuff. So we, like I told, so we have the HTML attributes. So an attribute just gives some extra information about the HTML element in the browser. It can be a property related to width, height, or color of an object. The attribute is made of two parts. We have the attribute name, we have the attribute value, and the equal to sign is used to set the value, and the quotation is used to, is like the value is placed inside the double quotation. So it is like this. You see, we have equal to sign and the quotation, you see the value inside. So for example, you have the equal to sign here, you see the value is placed inside the quotation. So let's go move to like the basic attribute. We have the href, which forms the same passage between two web pages or documents. Another explanation is it lets you provide the link of the web page to allow the user to connect to other web pages, like I showed you. Then it is written this way: href equal to google.com. So if I copy this code, so if I copy this code now, if I go to copy, and if I go to my body tag, it is usually placed in the body tag like we mentioned. If I paste my code here, then if I save this, and if I go to my file, let me refresh this page. You see I have about us here. Wait, hold on, there is something missing. Oh yeah, I have an about us. So if I click on about us, you see it's gonna click. it's gonna show the like the reference link. So if I click on this link, you see it may have been moved because we didn't code it very well. I don't know. So let me go back here. So it has to be www.google.com. So if I save this file, if I go back one more time, refresh my page. Then if I click on about us, if I click on this link, what happened? Uh, Let me see if I open the file with Firefox, because let me try Firefox. See, I have my file, I have my about us, and I have clicked this link. The link is not going to. So in the link is not working. I don't know why. But so let's move on. So in one of another attribute of HTML is this src, and the src attribute, it lets you provide the path for the image in a web page, and it instructs the browser where to look for the image. So it usually goes along with the image tag like we see here, and alt is used to define a text or name for an image in case the image can't be displayed. And we have the width is an optional attribute to set the width of the image. We have the height attribute, which is another way to set the height of the image. It is an optional way to design your image type. So this is how it is written. We have the image source, the image file in here. We have the width, which is set to 200. We have the height is set to 200 here. So let's go and see what it will make our page look this way. So we have the image tag here, and inside the image tag we have the alt. You see we have the equal to sign, and we have the equal to sign and the quotation. So the value will go inside the quotation mark. So we have let me call it HTML picture, or let's say no, HTML logo. It comes with the logo. So now you see how the, let me go back. You see how big this image is. So to make it very small, or to make it look nice, we can add the width. We can like set the width of the image. Let's put it like maybe 200. Then we have the height 200. So let's see what it will make our page look like. Refresh. You see how small it make my page look like. We can even make it more smaller. Let's set it to like 100. Let's see how it will make it look smaller. You see, it's look smaller, so we can still go more. So now you see how I have my about us next to the image, so it is not looking nice. So let's make this about us in a like a new line. So we have to put it this way. So I have my image file, then I have to put the break line type. So if I go to my page, if I go to my page here and refresh, you see my about page is here and my image is here. So let's continue on the PowerPoint slide. So in an HTML tag, we have the style attribute. The style attribute does the final touch up of the HTML element. It lets you change or add different style to it. It can be in the form of background color, size, etc. And for your information, I would like explain the styling, which is known as CSS, to like in another topic, maybe next video, in my next video. This will be explained in our next CSS topic. So just for a start, it is known as known this way. It's called the style, and it has the equal to like the equal to attribute. Then we have the quotation and the property of the style you want, and the equal to value, and the value of the style you want. So the property implies the basic color, the font size, and or like maybe you want the paragraph to be like maybe very big. You want the background color to be yellow, so you have to pay. It will be like background color. Then uh this semicolon. Then the value. So it is written this way. You see, we have h4 and the style equal to the value, which is then the value has a property, and the value, you see they have the color, and they want to set the h4 color into green, so they have a text to go with it. And they have the paragraph style. They want the style to this text to have the size of 200%. So see, so and please, it is a generic attribute, and can be used with any of the HTML tags. So this style tag can be used with any of the HTML tag, and don't get confused. It's similar to changing color and a size document, but by using HTML. So let me demonstrate what the, so we have our body the paragraph here. So in my body paragraph, I have to put the style. I have to put the style. I can say let me say color of my the color of my style. I can make it maybe green. So if I save this, you see how I make. So let's see. If I go to my browser, if I refresh, you see I have my color in green. So this is the interesting part of HTML, where you start like designing your page to make it look nice. So then we can go ahead and say let's make this this body. You see, I mentioned that it can be used with any HTML tags. So if I say the body, if I say style, if I say background color, background color, if I say my background color should be gray, then if I go, you see my body paragraph is going to be my text in the body, all the text in the body paragraph is going to be gray. If I click here, you see how my body tag is all gray out. So now to make it more interesting, you see we have this division to divide my text into like sections. So to divide my text into sections, then there's a way you can create a style for each section. You can make this section here to be different from the next division. So if I say my div style, I might make it like, let's say the font, let's say the color. should be red. Then we have this color here, style. The color should be maybe orange. So if I click on my browser and refresh my page, you can see I have my browser, my font, my color of my paragraph tag is not it's different. See, it's different than this, and it's different to this. You see green, red, and orange. So this is the beautification of CSS, which I'm gonna explain in my next video. So HTML is it like it is not learned in a day, so you have to like keep practicing, do some research about HTML tag, because there are a lot of HTML tag. If I show you guys, let's say Google, when I say list of all HTML tag, so you see you see how many rows is in 115. You see these are all HTML tag. You see it keep going. You see how much is it, and there is the next page. You see I have next page. So I'm going to send this website to you guys. It is a cool website to like learn a lot of HTML tag, what is it used for, how to use it in your web page. This is a great website which I'm going to share to the WhatsApp page. So now let's go to our design. So now there's more. So the way I did this style here is called an inline. They call it an inline text, which I'm gonna explain in my next video. You're gonna know what this. While there's a way you can actually you can use it in another file and reference it to your page. You can call it in the body. You can call it in the head. So there's a different way to like style your HTML page. So the last thing I'm going to share to you guys before I end the video is in my body tag. Let me say we have a tag called the nav tag. Nav tag is used for navigation. So let me indent my page line on text. Wait. Okay, we indent. My file is indented. So now let me go to my nav tag. So I have, I mentioned the UL tag, which is for on that list. So in my UL, I have my LI. I have my LI to list my file. So in my LI, I can make a reference the anchor page, which is the A tag. Then I have this about page I created earlier, so I can reference the page here about.html. Then I can click about.html. I can type about here. Then I have to close my li tag, so I can go to next section. We have li. We have the A tag. We have let me see the hashtag. This hash symbol is usually reference to the old page. So if you click on this, it's just gonna take you back to the index page. So we can say we can call it home. So if I click on, so I have to close my li. Now if I click on save, then refresh my page, you see I have my home page. You see it's going back to the index page. If I click on about, it's going to take me to about page. So I don't know why the Google link is not going through, but you know what, let me try this link, this YouTube link. Maybe it's gonna work. Copy my file. So let's go to my about page, change this page to this semicolon, semicolon. So let me see if this is gonna work. Refresh my page, go back home, refresh my page. You see it's working. I don't know why Google is not working. You see my page is going to the next page. So there's a way to make this link like open in a new tab, new tab. So it is known as this, which I'm going to explain in the CSS styling in my next video, but I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. So this is called target, and target is the symbol is underscore blank, which is called, oh, I want this link to open in a blank tab, in a blank page. I want this. So this target is not that I want this web page here to open in a new blank page. So if I click save, if I go to my web browser, if I go back, click on home, click about, if I click on link, you see it. I still have my web page here, but you see the link is going to like a new page here. So now let's design the about us a little. So I'm just going to say uh, paragraph. My name is like gaming. I am period. I am a web I'm aspiring developer. I am already acting in, in my Institute of Technology, to obtain bachelor in information technology area. So I have to close my p tag. So if I click save, so I have to break this to keep my navigation page. uh, so li the anchor tag, so I have to make it a blank page to return back to the home page. So I have li, so I have to click close my nav. Oh no, I have to. Oh, and see, I keep making mistake of not closing my tag. So I have the nav closed. So I have to write my h1 tag, which is known as my heading tag, about me. Then I have my closing h2 tag. I can keep going, so I can say BR to make my next sentence in a new line. So P can say my email address is a, I actually do it this way. A tag where equals me 94 at gmail.com. If I click this, I have to type in my email, then I have to close my p tag. So if I refresh my page now, let me go back to my landing page. So I have my landing page home, I have my about. You see my about here. You see I'm missing my navigation bar because I didn't have anything in there. So I have to go back to my text editor. You see, I didn't have any name for my link, so I have to make it home page. So when I click refresh, you see I have my home page. So if I click on home page, oh, it's referencing to itself. So I have to make it look this way. Um, Instead of home page, I can say yeah, the hashtag, I can say index. Oh, index dot html. So refresh my page, and you see I have my home page back. So we have the about us is here, about me. So I have my email address. My email is this. So you can send me any information you want to know about HTML. So this is where I'm gonna end my video for tonight. Thank you guys, and God bless you. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.